Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of the Bluebeam Guy. My name is Chris, and I'm going to show you a little bit more on using those lines and squares and circles that I've been showing you. If you recall, we talked about using the hotkeys and what we could possibly use these pretty basic tools. So, for example, here's an electrical drawing once again. I want to use line. I hit the letter L. And now I'm trying to use that to point. So now we're going to use what's called properties. Any item that you are working with as far as tools go, you can hit the properties and it'll give you some options on what you can do. So I want to point out at this disconnect. So I want an arrow at the end right here. So at the end, I'm going to say arrow. And you can see it there. But that's a little too small. I'd like it a little bit bigger. So Bluebeam always goes with auto. I'm going to go take it up a notch. Let's go 100%. There we go. So now I can see what I'm talking about. And then we're going to use a new tool today. Now that I'm pointing out to an issue I want to talk about, I'm going to use the typewriter, which is this button right here. And you can see the hotkey is W. So I'm going to click right over here, hit W, click right there. I'm going to say this disconnect is the wrong size. Now I can change that font again using the properties. Maybe it's too big. I don't like ink free. I want to use Algerian, Okay, so there we go. Now I'm showing an issue with this disconnect on these drawings. And now when I pass it on to the next guy, which is another great tool that Bluebeam has, is I can hit the email button. It'll open up, at least for me, it opens up my Microsoft Outlook, and I can just send it out to that particular person or group, and they can go take a look at this and revamp if necessary on this disconnect, etc. So, but what if I'm concerned about this chain that's hanging this light fixture? It's too small or whatever else. So now I'm going to use that circle, which is the ellipsis button, hit E, and now I'm circling that item, and because I'm concerned, and I'm going to just use the typewriter function again and say correct size. And of course it went back to the default of ink free. So say I want to stay with Algerian like I did over here. So I go to here, I click ink free, I go to Algerian, and now I set it as a default. Boom. And now when I try to do typewriter again, I hit typewriter, I click right there, I say, this whole thing is messed up! Exclamation point. You notice that it's in Algerian. I'm going to just delete that because it's really not messed up. So anyway, all right. And then the last thing is, say I kind of want to create a text box. I don't like things being nebulous out here like this or like this. I want to put it in a text box. So I'm going to use the R for rectangle and go over it. And now it'll be over there. Oh no, I covered it all up. And that's because I have, again, in the properties, whatever I have highlighted as being used, you can see that it has all these little dots here that you can grab and manipulate in whatever way you want. So I want those words to show through. I can hit highlight, boom, there it is. But maybe gray is not going to catch somebody's eye. I'm going to make it yellow. There we go. Now that's going to catch somebody's eye. And say I want to do the same thing with this. Oh, but I never changed my default. Oh boy. So go back over here. I want it to be yellow. I hit the highlight button. And now I set that as a default, and now all my rectangles from now on are going to be like this. They're going to be yellow and they're going to be highlighted so that anything behind it is going to come right on through. All right. Um, so that's all for today. Just trying to build up again on the lines, squares, and circles. And now we introduced typewriter so that we can start making our annotations and marks. And also we talked about using the properties button. Um, and we'll talk about where this properties button is on the different profiles that we can have. I made my own profile, and we'll get into that. How we want this thing arranged so it'll work for you however you want it to work. So that's it. And I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you at the next one. Have a great day.